Hello and welcome to Popcorn and Plot Holes. We are continuing our December fun show type thing. And this week we are doing two things that are fun, I hope. One is we're changing the format of the show and we are going to only ask questions, the stuff we normally do in the third part. And I'm going to award points to the answers, and whoever gets the most points wins. Prizes up for grabs include Chris's undying love and admiration, Luciano's undying contempt.
Lack of contempt.
Lack of contempt. Ooh, it's
That's
a
not what
positive
you
one.
told me walking into this.
My contempt you all already have.
Oh, thank you. And the second fun thing is we have a very special guest. Spencer has abandoned us once again. And so we, smartly or unsmartly, have invited my wife to join the podcast. Laura.
Hey, welcome. Laura.
Boys,
Hello, boys.
So,
Speak for yourself. Wait.
if you win, you might get Laura's righteous condemnation as a prize as well.
All right.
Tempting.
All right.
All options.
Quite.
So, one more thing before we start. We obviously watched Spider-Man Across the Multiverse. It is the second... The universe?
Across the Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse, multiverse,
Yes.
It's all the same. They make a joke about it in the movie.
Spider-Verse, bro.
Y'all got minus 1 point for that shit. Don't ever let
Nice.
that happen again.
What did we do?
Correcting me. That's a minus 1 point every single time. From here on out. The game show has started. You're all -1. This is going to be a really rocky game for you guys.
That's what my dad told me.
Yeah, let's dive into these questions.
Therapy.
What is the best part of this movie?
Are you going to pick who goes first? Or
I will. You can go first for talking out loud.
Okay.
You're impudent.
The best part about this movie was the chase scene in Miguel O'Hara's universe. Just the zany, insane chase of a billion Spider-Men going after a single kid who's not even sure how to be Spider-Man and nobody catching him and him outsmarting them. Just the shenanigans and the fun, the comedy in that was... I was laughing my ass off. I watched that scene 3 times.
Relatable.
Okay, Chris, rebuttal.
I think we all have space for the scenes we enjoyed the most. My favorite scenes were actually the ones with Hobie, Spider Punk, with I don't believe in. Yeah, I don't believe in comedy. I don't, but that was a joke. I'm joking. Yeah, and him just I don't know. It's like he had omniscience in a way, and it's like use all of your palms, bro, not just the fingertips, to help him escape. And then he quits, but thought ahead far enough to leave his special watch or sent his watch to Gwen in her dimension. So the culmination of his scenes were just really cool. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, interesting answer. Laura, what do you think?
Okay, so when you posed the question, did you say your favorite part of the movie? Did you mean scenes, or did you mean anything of the movie?
Well,
because these fellas here are more experienced with your question asking, so I just want to make sure. Yes,
is the best part of the movie.
Okay, my favorite part of the movie was the animation and the different types and how they got them all in there. You know, Hobie being different, and I'm not an animation person, and I'm not super into, or I don't have a lot of experience in these movies, but it was just fun to watch all the different types of animation that all came together really seamlessly, and it never seemed oh my gosh, this is particularly out of place. Except, ooh, I have a caveat, but you're not
not-
asking for
not.
caveat, so caveat. Well,
Do not caveat.
Do it anyway.
Do not.
Do it.
Don't.
Do it.
Don't do it.
you know what? I'm already in the
Keep
negative,
digging
so I'm just going to
down.
caveat it. What I found annoying was I literally paused it and asked Matt if it was supposed to be a 3D movie. Like, for some reason, they were going to give out 3D
I got
glasses to people who downloaded it because, like, it took me so long to realize it actually. I think I might have started out with a headache, but by the end, it was not a small headache because I realized that, like, the clear image was what they wanted you to focus on, and everything like outside of the character they wanted you to look at was kind of blurry-ish. And I'm somebody who very much like I like looking at the entire scene. So yeah, did not like
That's a good
that.
point.
Least favorite part
I wondered the same thing at some point. I was like, wait a minute.
because
Am
you
I
asked.
missing something
Or
here?
will ask.
Yeah. And then
Yeah, it was like, yeah.
Okay, well, those are all answers. Congratulations to all of you. Let me tell you what I
No.
liked and didn't like. I didn't like how Laura said she liked the animation and then immediately said it made her get a headache. So I'm not going to pick that answer. And Luciano was too basic. I'm going to pick Chris's answer because I think it
oh shit.
was good. Hubie was good. So you got 1
Hobie.
point. Hobie, Hubie, whatever. That's a minus number one.
Matt, you have
to
called-
Guys,
Luciano.
I'm aiming to
Hobie-
be the lowest I can possibly be.
You're
You have called Hobie, Kobe, and Hoobie. Like you
also
should
at
no
minus two,
longer
Chris. You're off
be
to
allowed
a
to do
roaring
this.
lead at 0 points.
I know. I'm at 0. I have nothing. I don't even have less than them. I just have nothing.
You're doing really well. I'm proud of you.
Winning.
I feel like I should get a point for like not picking a scene, but
I-
picking an attribute of the film, and
Yeah,
that
it was
was
cr-
really
This is true.
creative.
It was
of me.
creative until you decided to
me.
also shoot down your own point in your own conversation. That was not the way.
And also
to
to
go about
mention how creative it was.
it. Yeah, it's not.
You know, but let's not forget how amazing the music was. Like like in every sector of the movie, it had a character.
Minus a
Are you sure
friggin'
when is
point
zero
for
with
that.
that?
Listen,
I don't.
listen.
Chris, we are done that question. Is this your answer for the next question? Are you trying to buzz in beforehand?
Yeah, if I had a buzzer, I'd be dinging it right now. Furthermore, I thought you were dishing out the points.
I already did.
That's how this.
But we already answered the question. No more entries.
I don't want more
into the category.
I don't want more points.
Okay.
I'll be happy to stay if I win at 0.
Hey,
That'd be an
Chris.
achievement.
Why is Gwen the
Oh, hi.
real villain?
Ooh, Gwen be the villain because she didn't know how to ask for help. But that's a recurring theme
real.
in this stage of her development as an adolescent, being a spider person.
I was gonna say she's a
Well,
child.
they're teens, right?
So
Aren't
you're
they
saying,
teens?
Laura, that all children are villains? Is that what you're saying? I'm not
Pretty
disagreeing. I'm just
much.
asking.
I think all teens are children, and all children are villains. So all
Star checks out.
teens are villains.
So Gwen is the real villain of this movie because she's a teen.
She's a
she doesn't
teen.
ask for help. She's in a band which is supposed to be semi-cathartic, but she chooses to isolate herself from the first band instead of having a heart-to-heart with her father. She just avoids him at all costs, and which exacerbated.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Her father. Why would she have a heart to heart to the man who literally chose to arrest
to-
her? He chose the
I
law
have to agree with
over
Laura
his
here.
daughter.
have to agree
And
with
there's
Laura.
nobody else
Remember,
around.
Think like the
There's
event took
nobody else
place and then
around.
all that time passed, right? So the father is in the wrong because he should have really listened, but she was also
Uh-huh.
in the wrong for waiting that long too, because it just compounds the event and then makes it.
He literally did the exact thing she thought that he would do if she told him the truth about herself.
Yep.
So that was confirmation
Yeah.
right there.
She's like, oh, so the thing that prevented me from doing the thing I didn't want to do is exactly what happened. I guess I was right. Fuck you, old man. I'm out. I don't blame her.
Yeah, sad.
Yeah. Also, sorry, you brought up the band and like, remember the keyboardist when she's like, "I didn't join a band to talk." And the keyboardist's like, "I did."
Fuck.
So
like,
Chris's answer was
Okay, sorry.
Because of teenage angst and
Yes.
other things. Laura defended Gwen, which is not a great start to her answer. Laura, would you like to? Okay, would you like to answer?
No, I have an answer.
Please.
I would like to answer. Thank you, Matt. My answer is that Gwen is the villain here because she didn't tell.
Yes.
His name is Miles,
The main
right?
character,
She
yes,
didn't
it's
tell
Miles.
Miles.
Wow. I know you saw this movie now. Yes, you did.
She didn't tell Miles what was going on. Like, she could have just been like, "Hey, so there's a whole like Spider-Verse thing happening. It's cute, but like, I'm not supposed to talk about it." And like, yeah, because if they're supposed to be friends, you know.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
That was
Luciano, try to steal the point.
So she's the villain because she didn't follow orders. And because she didn't follow orders, she almost destroyed the whole canon. I yield my time.
Luciano hates children.
I guess.
He's not denying it.
It's not
Process
it's not,
it.
It's not just that. Matt is like, who gave the worst answer? This is what he's thinking right
Oh, is
now.
that what he's thinking?
Yeah, for sure.
Also, what kind of game show are we most like, I wonder?
Yes.
Anyways, it's all good.
I'm going to.
Also, who asked the worst question?
Wow,
I don't know.
I was about to
Was it our
award the
host?
point to Laura,
Who knows?
which I will, and then minus a point from her for questioning me. So for sass. So that's a
For
0
sass?
for everybody somehow in this question.
Still had zero.
Chris is still winning at 0. We're flying.
Well, we're all winning
Yeah.
at 0.
We are.
No,
Hey,
we all got 0 in this one. I'm still at -2.
you are. You didn't go
Oh, I
down.
thought y'all came back.
So
Never
that was good. Who is the worst mentor? Is it Peter Parker or is it Jessica Drew? Laura, would you like to answer first?
Yeah, it's Jessica Drew. I took the mic away from my mouth while I yelled. Was that okay?
Yeah.
That's professional.
I wish
That's
more
good
people
What a
did that.
frigging monster she is. She like, ugh, I don't. She just everything was so bad. Like, being like guilting her, being like, "You're supposed to be my star pupil," putting her out on this mission in the first place, and then like watch. I don't know. I just didn't like anything. And then like shitting on Peter Parker. Like, go fuck yourself. I yield my time. Is that the thing that we're saying? I yield my time. Fuck you, Jessica.
Nice.
Works. Whether you did or you didn't yield it, that's a pretty strong mic drop.
Yeah.
Unyielded.
Chris, you look confused.
It does.
So this is now the time
I don't
to
look
ask you.
confused. No, you can ask me. It's fine. I think it's twofold. I plus one Laura's answer, and then my add-on is Miguel, right? So like Jessica, like if only a month passed, she should have had more. That would have been more time that she had, or a few months that she had with Gwen versus Peter and Miles. That was roughly one movie, which could have been maybe a day or two. I don't know, but like clearly, well, actually, no shit. The teacher in the dynamic, the teacher and the student relationship is key. So just because you're a shit teacher or mentor, the quality and ability for your student to listen and be open to the feedback is also a factor too. So that's that. Jessica still is pretty bad, but Miguel is even worse because he's supposed to be the leader / mentor of the entire Spider Society.
You're wrong.
carrying
No, we're done. I'm cutting you off. You're getting no points for this answer.
Miguel?
Luciano.
Miguel
I don't
wasn't
want
an
points.
option.
I'm enjoying
Our
my
wonderful
time with Miguel.
host.
Exactly.
Says who?
That's why I'm laughing. So who's the worst, A or B? So here's why
Yeah.
C is the worst. That's what you did.
Like,
Did he give us the
yes.
options?
No.
Peter and
Yes.
He did.
He gave
Well-
the option of Jessica Drew and Peter
Out
Parker.
of the goodness of my
That's
heart,
it.
I thought there was an option that someone might be
Absolutely
overlooking.
not.
But
You're lucky you're not getting a negative point for that. You're just losing this round immediately.
I respect your decision. You can still give me the negative
It's
point.
also a bad
if I
answer.
think I deserve it.
That's why. Yeah, Luciano.
Can I have 2 negative points then?
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
Jessica is a piece of shit, but Jessica only had one movie to be a mentor. Peter Parker failed in both movies because he was more concerned with showing how cute his daughter was, which, mind you, the cutest thing that Marvel has ever put in any sort of media is his daughter in this movie. It's the cutest thing ever. But that made him a shit mentor. He was more interested in, which makes him a good father to take care of his daughter, but that he gave shit advice to Miles.
What shit advice
Was condescending
specifically?
Yeah,
like,
good question.
oh, you have to go back because this is how it is. No, that's not what he needed to hear.
Yeah, that
at
was
all
kind of
there.
shit, actually. Yeah.
He needed to
But-
be on the side of his pupil. And
Yes, and he tried to do that. Go on.
how? He was like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
when
you have to
everyone
go
was chasing-
back because this is
You
this
said
is
that.
happens with everybody."
That was the first,
Blah,
right?
blah,
That was the
blah.
first part, and then when everyone chased, and Peter and Gwen were swinging almost kind of behind the horde, Peter hung back because he saw another approach and he wanted to try to just talk to him, and that I
Yeah,
can't fault him
agreed.
for. That's why he's still better
I
than
also
Jessica.
think that your hand motions of how it happened really brought the whole scene to life. I wish that your listeners could see that.
Thank you.
Because
In
that
audio,
was
Amazing
that
podcasting.
was
That's right.
genius.
My gesticulating is a device that helps me coerce the words and communication.
Listen,
out.
we're supposed to believe that he improved as a mentor from one movie to the other, and he remains a shitty mentor. That's why he's
Luciano, how much of your answer and the testimony of others are you going to include in your final answer?
all that I said, and everything else. Why?
Wait, so
I feel like we're in court.
are you including Chris and Laura's statements in your final answer, or just only
Oh
what
no!
you said?
Fuck what they said. No.
Oh, okay, that's the
What I
correct.
said.
That's the correct response.
So what are you saying?
Luciano, you've won this round. You get 3
Fuck
points
off.
for rejecting the other 2 people and taking it up by yourself.
Wow.
So just to update you on the
palpable
scores,
in the streets.
Luciano and Chris are tied at 1, and Laura has -2.
I still was at 0. I'm so glad I'm not keeping track.
I think in the end we're all losers
Yeah.
here.
Maybe, we don't know. Let's see how low you can
I
get
think
your
like
scores.
especially me since I'm married to
No, I would never do that to you. This is just
How low can you go?
This is just
how low can you go?
a fair scoring game. Next question. In the movie, Gwen and Scarlet Spider end up going to Miles' universe to find him. And actually, just Scarlet Spider. Gwen tracks him down, coming out of her weird little portal, takes his portal thingy off his wrist, and then kicks him through her portal given to her by Bowser. And
Bowser.
I'm pretty sure that's his name. And what I want to know is what happens when Captain Stacy finds the Scarlet Spider in his apartment.
Ooh.
Oh snaps. Who is Scarlet Spider?
Head is spinning. My acutely defined eyebrow. It's Andy Samberg
That
from
doesn't help.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
That doesn't
Brooklyn
help.
She
Nine-Nine.
asked who's got.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
I'm just gonna do a
Yes.
quick Google.
Andy, did it help? Andy Samberg, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, SNL,
Well, I
Lonely
know,
Island,
I know,
Hot Rod.
I know who Andy Samberg is. You do.
I wasn't talking to you, you bastard. I was talking to Laura.
To be fair,
also
Chris,
knows.
I don't mind the statement that Andy Samberg was Scarlet Spider, but saying more of what Andy Samberg does really doesn't clear up past the initial "it's Andy Samberg."
Can you give
Yes, it
more?
does.
Can you
So,
give
Laura-
more spider
Laura,
references?
let me give you a real answer. Remember when Miles first gets to the Spider Society, and there's like one brooding leaning against
Yeah.
the building? That's Scarlet Spider. That's him.
Oh, okay.
See,
Oh,
Chris,
that's what
that's
you
how you
wanted to
answer
know?
the question.
That's what you wanted to
Yeah.
know. Maybe there was some context that she needed, and if you didn't butt in, we would have
Chris,
got
I
there.
think
Hey.
Chris was
Scarlet Spider
answering.
has a voice
Yeah,
actor.
Chris was answering the voice actor question, which was not asked.
Hey, Chris, you're gonna get -1 on
Yes,
that
sir.
answer because it didn't help
I'll
whatsoever.
take it. Oh, I helped all right.
It did
I
not.
helped everybody, and everybody is
You helped.
welcome.
You helped
So you can
Andy
sit down,
Samberg's
Luciano.
clout.
You can sit down in defeat.
I'm sitting down. I haven't stood up. But anyway.
That's right. Stand up and sit down. Next question, whenever you're ready, sir.
What's the same question? Still,
Wicked.
what did Captain Stacy do when the Scarlet Spider showed up in his apartment through the portal that Gwen took to Miles's universe?
Probably asked him how what he does to get such impeccable deltoids, and then since they didn't since Scarlet Spider
Sorry,
Ben Reilly is
who, Scarlet Spider
yes?
asks Captain Stacy, or Captain Stacy asks Scarlet
reverse
Spider?
Captain because Captain Stacy's mind's been blown. His daughter has gone through something and exited to somewhere. So he's like, all right, fuck. All right, but then this ripped motherfucker, cell shaded man pops in, and I don't know what else are you gonna ask.
I'm
I
uncomfortable
don't like
with
that
Sorry.
sound.
What you need to
How
sorry, I only did that-
tasty is Scarlet Spider? I just want to clarify that.
This is just really good comedic timing because I was just
deltoids.
clearing my throat.
How
I was
tasty
clearing my throat.
his
Let me clear my throat. I was cleansing my palate because I'd been drinking sangria and I had pomegranate seeds in my mouth and I was moving them out of the way.
Ooh, sounds
Anyways,
good.
Captain Stacy has this spider dude. You just gotta do what you
didn't
gotta do.
answer my question.
Yeah.
How tasty is the Scarlet Spider? Deltoids.
The Scarlet Spider be testoids, be the tastiest of
Testoids?
tasty.
What
Okay,
is happening?
have you testoids?
Are you-
It's
wait.
the combination.
Are
Silence.
you-
It's the combination of testicles, steroids, and then a hot mashed potato.
So let me ask you
Season.
this. You said you were drinking sangria. Are you sure it's not ketamine?
I
Nah,
yield
bro.
my time, but I mean in a way that I'm leaving this podcast right now.
I know how you feel.
Okay.
Every
You
other
asked me
episode I asked
how
to leave.
tasty.
They never
I
let me leave.
tried. Every time you try to leave, bitch, we lock the door. So, anyways,
Cool. That's a
what do you do to
weird.
get those deltoids?
Wow. Luciano, do you want to take a crack at answering this?
I'm spicy as fuck tonight. This is great.
I don't know if I do.
I mean,
I don't know if
okay.
I'm ready for ketamine Joe over here.
There's no
But,
wrong
you know,
answer at this point in the question.
Excuse me,
suppose.
it's ketamine. It's ketamine Kyle.
Ketamine Ken. I'm just Ketamine Ken.
Ketamine Ken. Ketamine Ken is enough.
So to answer your question, dear host, what does Captain Stacy do when he finds Ben Reilly there? I think what he does is he asks who he is, and then Scarlet Spider just goes on to a 25-minute diatribe about how his life is unfair and how he has too many memories and too many hardships to remember. And he hugs Captain Stacy. And for the next 20 or so minutes, he uses him as both a friend, but as a therapist as well. And they become friends for life. And Ben Reilly joins the police force in Earth 65 and becomes a decorated captain as well.
Cut
And then
to
he
the
dies.
outside shot.
He's the one who dies in that canon event. That's what happened.
Cut to the outside shot of Captain Stacy's bed apartment window, and then he just throws Ben Scarlet Spider out.
It's all right. You
Fuck out of my house.
you already had your answer and you wasted it on
I don't care. That's okay.
ketamine, apparently.
His answer, I don't ketamine Ken, ketamine Kyle.
Laura, did you?
Okay.
I know you said you didn't want to answer, but do you want to take
Did
a
I
crack?
say that?
You did.
Roll back the tape.
Not answering it is guaranteed a 0. That's a thing.
Okay, hold on.
That might be good
Okay,
enough.
so I would just like to confirm, because I honestly don't remember this happening in the movie, but I just want to confirm that this happened after Gwen Stacy and her father reunited in her room.
Yeah, so So
Yeah.
it
Okay, don't
technically
worry about
doesn't
it.
happen in the movie.
What
I mean, don't worry about it. You just asked me.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
so-
did.
Answer.
Let me confirm this. I don't care.
I don't care.
Moving on.
Set the
So
culture.
in the movie, they have George Stacy and his daughter have their heartwarming moment,
Sure.
and then he's like, "Bugsy left this thing for you," and it's
Yeah.
the teleporter. She goes through the teleporter.
Mhm.
And she kicks the crap out of Scarlet Spider and kicks him through the teleporter she just came in. So we know that he went back to her apartment where her dad is waiting.
Okay. So
Right.
I like to think that sorry, time out for a second. The baby is rumbling.
Okay.
Okay, I think she's okay. She's kicking around.
Just give it a minute. Just
Okay.
take a. We'll just pause for a minute or two. If anybody needs to go to the washroom now, go ahead.
Well, I need to pee, but I need to watch this baby.
Then go to the washroom. Anybody can. How do you? What are you talking about? You can just pee. You can hear the baby from the washroom. Take the monitor.
Okay, sorry
Maybe
guys.
take your headset off.
Oh, yeah, that's yeah. Thank you.
While she's gone, I've been letting you guys riff. Do we think that's working versus me
Yeah.
sticking us to the questions?
But I think we can't riff too much because otherwise we're going to be here for 3 hours.
Yeah, I'll ease off.
We are 4 questions in, and it's taken us 25 minutes.
Yeah, that's my point. So riffing a little bit, I think it's good because it's what's fun. But yeah, we shouldn't like do what we always do, where we go in a fucking tangent and then we end up in fucking asphalt tuxedos and shit.
Yeah.
So we probably shouldn't do that.
Okay. I'll try to reel you in a smidge more.
I actually don't remember that scene, the one you were talking about now, man, where like Scarlet Spider gets kicked into the portal.
Yeah, she
And
when she comes through, she rips off his little transporter and kicks him through the portal, and then it closes.
yeah, I know. I like. It's not that I don't remember the whole scene. What I meant is I didn't connect to the fact that shit, he's gonna appear where she just left off from.
Yeah, it really helps.
And so it's good.
It really helped
Yeah.
having seen it a couple of times because then I could focus on stuff happening in the background sometimes versus not watching the main.
Yeah.
Because
I
for
watched it
me,
last
like
night.
for me, watching the background helps to make weird questions, right?
Yeah. Oh, I was doing exactly what Laura was saying. Like I was trying to look at everything, and I realized that when they needed you to look at the background for any reason, they did like a watercolor thing. I don't know if you noticed that. I thought it was the whole visual language of this movie was fucking amazing. But I'll try to. I've been trying to find a way to bring it up when we're talking about the questions. But if I don't, then I don't. But
Yeah, it's hard, right?
When Gwen, every time Gwen hugs Captain Stacy, you see the colors like become more like pastel and
Warm and
like
yeah.
It's super nice.
We paused on Laura just starting her answer, right?
I know my answer.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. I think she's chill. Chill, baby. Chill.
Okay. Go ahead now.
Okay. So I'd like to think that after, going through what he went through with his daughter, that he'd be all like, "Come here, my boy," and have like a nice heart to heart with him. But I think he definitely pulled his gun on him, and then he was kind of like, "Oh shoot, my daughter Gwen would never do this," or something like that. And then, but kept his hand on his gun and invited Scarlet Spider to the table, and then offered him a shot. But then the Scarlet guy was like so sad and mopey that he just like kept talking, and so Captain Stacy started taking shots on his own and kind of got belligerent. And then the two of them, Gwen comes in on them, hugging and crying.
Hey Matt, I have a question. Do you think it would be dangerous to channel Incel Spencer here for a second?
Yes.
Barry, don't worry. There's some questions later that it'll be safe
All
for
right.
the channel and Cell
Okay.
Spencer. Yeah.
No, because I was gonna go actually, but you leave it alone.
No, that seems a little aggressive. Chris receives negative 1 point for this question due to his earlier infraction and then his answer being a 0. I'm going to give this one to Laura just for spiciness factors.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Deserved.
Okay.
Well deserved.
How many points?
Way to go, LCC.
It's you're leading 1. Chris has 0 and Laura has negative 1. So really neck and neck
Booyah.
on the
Right.
scores right now. Yeah, this is okay. So in the movie, we see many spider people things. Some are people, some are cars, some are other things, and they all end up chasing Spider-Man, Miles Morales specifically. And thankfully, in that we get to see the hilarious recreation of the 3 Spider-Man pointing at each other thing. Which is excellent.
Yeah.
That was good.
And so, but it starts me thinking from that, and then we get to them chasing and all the things that happen to all the spider people things. And I'm starting to wonder, why is it that a singular spider people thing is very smart, but collectively these spider people things are very dumb?
What do you mean?
Intriguing question.
Spider-Man,
Means
like
the-
Spider-Man himself, is generally smart and can figure out sciencey stuff and can make logical plans and puzzles, but they all chase after him like bumbling idiots.
Yeah, it's kind of like.
Oh, you noticed that, did you?
It's kind of like, what's the collective thing that makes you a Spider-Man, right? Is it just like the web throwing and like the physical aspect? Because they definitely aren't sharing the smarts.
I think they're sharing one smart among all of them.
Yeah. Whoa.
I guess I can go
suppose-
since I started.
Yep.
So I think that what happens is, you know how in movies where if you have to fight, like if the hero has to fight one enemy, that enemy is really hard and it's like a long fight. But if he has to fight like a horde of like nameless mooks, it's easy to dispatch like 20 or 30 of them. I think it's a similar thing. They call that conservation of ninjutsu, right? If you spread it out, I think it's conservation of intellect. When he's alone and has to do things on his own, he's really smart, but they all share one brain. So when they're, like going after Miles is still using his own brain, but all of those spider things were just sharing the one brain remaining. So that's my theory, my very advanced philosophy PhD theory.
It's a bold angle.
My answer is hubris. I figured the Spider Society were like, there's no way he can get away. Let's just all chase
Hubie
him.
is your answer is Hubie?
I said hubris.
Oh, okay.
God damn it.
No, you're fine. It's just Matt doesn't know the name of the character.
Hubris. His hubris was yes. Yeah, they were. I think they were all too overconfident, and like I don't remember the full count of how many spider people there were in the society. There like a lot of them. My assumption, while it may bleed into Luciano's a little bit, I think it's ego. They're like, there's no way he can get away from all of us spider people. If it was like, it would be different. It would be different if it was like a police department, right? They don't have the same abilities, but
Isn't
like,
it a police
the playing
department
field is level.
though?
In a way,
A spider police department. So you can't really. You can't really get away from someone who can do the same things as you unless the target. The target. I'm trying to think of another word for the target. It has to do something else.
Is that what you want to say?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, no, you don't put. You didn't commit a crime. You didn't commit a crime.
Didn't he?
If the glove don't fit,
Didn't
you
he?
must acquit. So
Oh no!
No.
Too soon.
Laura, would you like to answer?
Too soon.
Yeah, I think.
Too soon. OJ did it.
Hey, listen.
I could say that. We could all say that.
I don't know.
Chris, if you'd like to give yourself a bonus point for that, you're welcome to, but I can't willingly give it to you.
Oh, I can do it, and I just did. I don't need the point. It's
Okay.
fact remains. Sorry, go on, Laura.
I just want to clarify that I do think OJ did it. So just so I'm on the right side of history for this one, okay?
Right. Right.
Cool.
Okay. I guess like a little bit of what Luciana was saying about. Okay, but I don't know. Okay, it's a cult. Okay, it's not a police department or whatever. There's a cult leader that nobody done question, and they just follow him. He's like, get that guy, and they're like, okay, cool, let's go get this fucking teenager who doesn't know what the hell's going on. Like, how could they all possibly know the backstory of why they're chasing after this young child? And yeah, so I think they just like. I think it's like I think it's like playing. It's like ignorance is bliss. You know. My example is like the Holocaust of like the train drivers being like, we were told to, but I don't want to bring that up.
Holy shit!
Wow. Okay.
Boy,
So
that escalated quickly.
I didn't want to unpack this. I'm going to give you +2 for the cult references, +2 for the hubris to bring up the train drivers from the Holocaust. But I have to give you a -2 because you did not answer the question whatsoever. So overall,
Yes,
+2
I
for you. So
did.
that was interesting. I asked why everybody was stupid, and you just went on a rant, and then at the end added a line about something.
Because they all like it's like a cult thing that nobody's questioning anything. They're just going along with what their leader tells them to do.
Laura just answered, why couldn't they catch him? And Laura's answer was, because they're Nazis. That's basically what
There you
it
have it,
was.
folks. Nazis are real.
Both things are true.
What have I stepped into? What are those? Anyway,
In other news, I don't remember Chris's answer, so I'm going to give him and Luciano each a point, and we're going to move on from here.
Wow.
I'll take it.
My brain
All
my brain went places with Laura's answer. confusing.
Can you give us the tally?
Oh, it is now 2 for Luciano, 1 for Chris, and 1 for Laura.
Oh, head to head.
Not in the negative.
No one's in the negative. It's very exciting. Next question. Which random spider people thing was the best one? So of all the spider people things you saw in this movie, who was the best?
Who do you want to answer first?
You know, Luciano, you go ahead.
Well, I mean, is it really a contest? It's Spider Canada, who was created for this movie, but who I have affectionately named. Like, I gave her a name because we don't get a name. We only see her with a hockey stick and snow boots and a sick looking Canada Goose sort of hood and the number 72 on her back. Her name is Shannon Mackenzie Papineau, and she is from Ontario, but her family is from Quebec. And she's a really, really big hockey fan, a fanatic, if you will.
I
By
have
far
so
the
many
best
questions for you right
spider
now.
thing.
Like,
best-
did you pause on the thing to see all the spider people and whatever?
So I accidentally paused in one scene where when Miles is running away and like he's looking and they're all looking at him, and so I paused and I was like, is that a maple leaf? And then I had to kind of, and like she appears 2 or 3 more times, but it's really like quick. But it was like it was so like specific. I'm like, I have to pick this one.
What does the number 72 represent?
Because her uniform is designed after the women's hockey team that beat the Soviet Union in '72.
It's definitely not a women's hockey team.
That was definitely not women's.
Women couldn't play hockey in '72. Get your head out of your ass.
That's what I read.
Well, you read wrong. It was the men's team.
Okay,
It was men's.
but they wanted to like pay homage to the current hockey team, female hockey team,
by making her wear the male stuff.
By making it a male.
That's why I thought it was the women's hockey. I don't know. Anyway,
I'm going to go ahead and give
interesting.
Laura +1 points for dealing with the patriarchy.
fair.
Sounds about right.
Fair.
Thank you.
Sounds about right.
Chris, do you want to take a stab?
I want to, but after that answer, I need to hear the question again.
Jesus Christ.
Why is the patriarchy keeping women down? And you cite explicit examples from this movie.
And please use
Right.
sources.
So Luciano is the real villain of this
Jesus
movie
Christ!
because
What did I do?
he represents the patriarchy in many points of
No,
this
that's
film.
Insult
Point
Spencer
one.
now, not me.
Point one. Okay, what the real question? What was the real?
The real question was
like,
who was the best spider people thing, like the ones in the background, the non-main characters.
Yeah, the best spider people thing for me was, it was actually, it was the first time I saw like behind the scenes spider people doing stuff. So in Moombatahan, sorry, when they were with just after they finished the big save and Miles saved Inspector Singh, like on the bridge,
Yep.
and then the anomaly happened out like on the lower like levels. There, the Spider Society crew flies in, and a bunch of Spider crew gets off and starts to work on the anomaly. One of them is Peter Parker. Spider-Man from like his last story called Spider-Man, The End or Last Stand. And I recognized his suit, and I was like, oh wow, he's still like doing spider work in this way, and like he's on the scene supporting this, like the damage control of this thing. So I was like, wow, it's really nice to see. I didn't expect to see him there, and it just made me feel warm and fuzzy inside. So yeah.
Okay, Laura.
Yeah.
I also have kind of a serious and boring answer, just like Chris.
Shots fucking fired.
Well, it's just as boring, so I'm good.
Get Chris the body bag.
My favorite was the little baby. Is that her name, May?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think so.
Aw, and our baby's name is June. Aw.
Nice.
Anyways, so May, because first of all, the personality is, the hair is stunning. The personality is amazing. But I also do want to, and her wherewithal is something else. Something I've never seen in a child that can fit into I was going to call it a hamper, but I meant the carrier. I also want to give props to her dad, Peter Parker, because listen, I carry around my 18-pound daughter in a carrier, and I can run for like a second to make her laugh, and anyways, he's just a magician on his legs with that power, carrier, baby power, carrier, power, Spider-Man.
Say power one more time.
Ours was called an Ergo Baby. Like the brand was called Ergo Baby.
Yeah.
They should sponsor
Same.
us. And so yeah, Power Ergo Baby.
Power Ergo Baby, power Spider, power.
Hey, Spider Power Ergo Baby.
Oh no, this is
Ergo-
edging close to ghost power.
Anyways, nah, not yet.
Ergo power.
There you go.
Baby carrier
Power
power.
Great answers, everybody. I appreciated them all. You're all wrong.
Okay, I get that.
Yeah. All right.
What's the right
What's
answer?
the right
I also
answer?
like.
What's
I
the
kind of
what was
also-
it? Yeah.
Yeah, what's the
I
right
also kind
answer?
of like that car though. The car came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
That made me
Yeah.
laugh
I like the
a little
name.
bit.
Peter Park's car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the horse,
Oh,
and Peter Parker rode him because the horse had a mask for no reason.
yeah.
Why
does the horse need a
the
mask?
T-Rex then?
No, not the T-Rex. The T-Rex was also
No,
good. But
T-Rex.
it's too easy.
Fair enough.
web
But
slinger.
Laura gets her bonus point for dealing with the patriarchy, and she just got another bonus point for having to continue to deal with the patriarchy. It's kind of an ongoing thing.
I think she's gonna end up this podcast with like 1,000 points. if that's
Well,
the
we're
case.
gonna stop it there. The joke has been had, and in order for you to actually have a chance of winning,
Okay.
but the score
so you're
is 3
saying-
for Laura. Okay, here
Are
we
you
go.
saying the patriarchy is
Dangerous.
a joke? Is that what you're saying?
Wow.
I was just about to say
well,
classic patriarchal power move.
Right?
-1
Isn't
for
it?
Luciano.
The
-1
man
for
deciding.
Laura. Listen, the rulings are tough. It's 2 for Laura, 1 for Chris, 1 for Luciano. So we're
Okay.
neck and neck.
Oh shit!
Maybe someone will win this with a negative score. We're not sure.
Wow.
Next question. The Show Me What Happened power that Gwen employs when she finds Spot after she, hangs out with Peter all day. That is a very, very powerful power, given that you can just see what happened to someone's life for as long as you need to. So what would you use it on?
Oh no, this is when we all get canceled.
Well, be careful.
Why?
You
What?
control your mouth, I think.
No, I don't. You know me.
Chris, do you want to? You seem like you wanted to go somewhere.
Yeah. If I had that ability, I would like to see. I'd actually like to see how the strongest candidates for like this is the design nerd in me. I want to see how the strongest candidates who win jobs at like the highest levels of like staff designer or principal designer. I want to know how they interviewed. I mean, like, show me what happened during that interview. How did they answer those questions? I want to see how they did that, so I could be like, whoa, that's what happens. Or maybe it's not that bad at all. Maybe it's not that good at all, and it's just like, what? They're normal people. That's the nerd in me.
Hey, Chris, where's Ketamine, Chris? Can we have him back? Or Ketamine Kyle, can we get him back?
You told me to tone it down.
I did not.
Nobody said that at all. Nobody said that
I
at all.
also ran out of my ketamine juice.
He's out of alcohol.
That's what's really happening.
I'm on water now, so
if you wanna go get some ketamine while everybody else answers, please feel free.
Okay,
great.
Don't mind if I do.
Chris, you should get like a pull draft thing of like sangria.
Well, hopefully he's getting it
to get more ketamine, like physically did. Yeah. Okay.
Luciana, no, Laura, you answer next.
I don't. Okay, my first thought was obviously to spy on you, but I'm like,
wow.
I'm with you all the time, so
yeah, you
could not want to know less what happened.
You'd just be watching the shit you see on a daily basis.
Yeah,
just from a third-person perspective instead of from a first-person perspective.
Like, say less. It's like no less. I think I'd want to know something like somebody cuckoo bananas, like Elon Musk, and just to see actually what he does. Because you hear all these things like Elon Musk did X, Y, Z, and it's like I just want to know if he's actually like how cuckoo bananas he's being behind the scenes of everything.
Yeah, that's an interesting answer. Luciano, go ahead.
What would I use this incredibly powerful tool for? Oh, I know. So I lost my keys a while ago, and I think I would use it to find that. Yeah,
wrong.
There you go. That's probably the only thing I would use it for.
Do you want some of my ketamine?
Yeah.
No, you wouldn't like me on ketamine.
Well, I'd like that answer better if you were on ketamine.
I thought you're gonna say I don't like you now, but
I mean, if Chris doesn't like that answer on ketamine, I can tell you that it's not going to get points from me. Due to a lack of better answers, Laura wins that round.
Yeah.
I accept that. Sip.
Laura is flying away from you guys at 3-1. This game is basically over at this point.
Give it
I
time.
guess my ketamine's just hit faster.
Yeah, I guess so. I want to have a conversation about the construction rules in Mountbatten. How construction rules? Why construction rules? Where construction rules? What construction rules? When construction rules? Because essentially, this city is built on top of itself, and they have to do all the work to save all those people from the Chemex building falling, because there is so much shit underneath the Chemex building that should definitely not be there. So I just want to know a little bit more about why there's a lack of safety in Mountbatten.
I will happily give up 2 points because I believe I was in the kitchen during like the majority of this scene.
Oh wow!
So, in all honesty,
I'm going to take your negative 2 points. But you didn't have to give up any points. You could have just not answered and got his hero, but you volunteered them, and I've taken them. Chris, why don't you go next?
It's my.
I think.
No, we're done. We took your points. You're done for this round. We're moving on.
I think it's because when you only have, so if Mumbatan or Mumbatahan, I don't want to butcher it, so I feel like I'm getting it wrong. If it exists on an island, much like Manhattan, you only have so much land.
Chris, just so you're clear, it is Manhattan, but
Yeah,
it's populated
with-
with Indian people.
exactly.
No, there's a specific name.
Yes, Mumbatan.
They put
Thank
Mumbai
you. On
and
Manhattan.
Manhattan and
And
portmanteaued
smushed it
them.
together. Yes.
Okay, thanks, Mumbatan. Thank you.
So it's not an island like Manhattan. It is the island
Yes.
of Manhattan.
Great. Well, I've never seen it. Was the art direction was really cool, and then it just seemed to just it was. I wish there were that many layers in a hamburger I was eating. But anyways, so
He was also in the kitchen.
No.
He didn't watch this at all.
I watched it. It was wonderful.
He was in the ketamine watching this.
No, I was sober as F. I was putting a child to sleep and watching this.
So he
It was
wasn't
great.
watching.
So-
He just admitted it.
No, I was. No, I put the child to sleep, and she was
Okay.
sleeping when I was watching. So since there's only so much land, they have to build, all the land is used up. They've got a layer on top of each other, and then it's like this. It's like this art gallery of Ontario. No, the ROM Royal Ontario Museum rhomboid shapes sticking out of stuff because they don't know where else to put stuff. So, like a terrible Jenga waiting to topple over. Why not? That's the answer. Why not? That doesn't mean I agree with it, but that's how they approached it.
Somehow you got to an answer of why were their rules lax, and you said why not. So you got me
That's
there,
their logic. It was terrible.
Luciano.
So here's the real answer.
Because
The building codes in Mumbatan are powered by their
the patriarchy.
no, the power of American xenophobia and racism, because they assume that just because in this reality, like Indians are the ones who were building this allegedly one of the most expensive and posh like pieces of land in the world. Just because Indians are building it, they would build it exactly like Mumbai in our world, where they built it the way that they did because they didn't have the resources. So they were like, yeah, might as well be fully racist and then just assume that this is how Indians build. They don't care about safety. They're just going to build it this way as well, too. We're American. We can be racist. So I think that's why.
Okay, I'm coming back in. Oh, sorry, I screamed that so loud.
Okay.
I think that they watched The Fifth Element and they were like, yeah, so we can't spread out as a city, but we can spread up. And they were like, let's fucking do it. And then they just went up and they up and they up and they just couldn't stop. And that's it. And somebody please stop me from
They
talking because
modeled
I don't
their
know how to
buildings
end
after
this
a Tetris board is what they did.
this idea at all.
You're good. You're good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I award Chris 1 point because his answer made the most sense.
Why not? Why not is the answer that made the most sense.
Special K juice, do your thing.
My next question.
Why is that one green? What is it?
It's a rad.
Was that
It's
your next
almost
question?
like we're on an
nice,
audio
nice.
medium and not a video medium. Hard to say. Hey, fun question for everybody. So in the movie, in Miguel's universe, they changed some stuff from our universe to sort of represent that it's different, right? So one of the things I always notice is it's not the NYPD, it's the PDNY, so Police Department of New York.
Right.
Another thing they did was Miles was wearing a basketball jersey with the Knicks colors, but it had Brooklyn as the team name.
Yeah.
Brooklyn.
What I want to know is, if you were to represent Toronto in Miles's universe, what things would you change to show that Toronto as we know it is actually in, are they 1051, something like that? 1050 something? Earth 10,
1610.
whatever. Oh, 1610. Sorry, different, yeah. Earth 1610. How would you show Toronto being different?
Toronto beat.
I would like to go first.
Okay.
because Chris doesn't understand and he needs some direction. I think that in order to show like a small difference in Toronto, to show that it's a different Toronto, would be that there was actually housing for homeless people, respect for Indigenous people, and
No, that's no.
there
That's
wouldn't
too incredible. No, I'm sorry.
and there wouldn't be new lineups at every new goddamn restaurant that ever opened.
There's a limit to how
Thank
much I'm
you.
willing to to stretch my suspension of disbelief.
I understand.
Luciano?
I would do like small changes, like it wouldn't be the TTC, it would be the TCT,
What would that stand for?
the Toronto Commission of Transport or Transit.
All right.
In this case, and then
That is such like a gentle little change.
I'm getting to it, and it wouldn't be the maple leaves; it would be the maple syrups.
No, it'd be the maple leaves.
I
could actually get it
right. Okay.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be the Toronto Argonauts; it would be the Toronto Cosmonauts. And what else? The province wouldn't be called Ontario; it would be called Lothario. I don't know, stuff like that.
Ontario.
Lothario.
It'd be called Toronto.
Yeah, it would be called Tecumseh.
That's the real Indigenous
Tecumseh.
name.
It would be not. It wouldn't be Toronto. There.
Tecumseh.
Yeah.
There you go.
Chris?
And also, we would be the French there, not Quebec.
Well, not you.
What do you mean, not me?
You're still a foreign devil.
Oh my god,
Luciano, can you do a French
I
accent?
cannot.
Yeah.
You're
Thank
welcome. Did I prove it well?
Do you understand what's Chris? Do you understand what's happening here?
No,
Get him in Joe's back.
I don't understand. It sounds like you want me to juxtapose and paste what would happen if Toronto was in Nueva New York PDPPCP.
Oh no,
I hate
that
this
accurate?
so much. Like a large amount of hate towards this.
But guess what?
But yes.
Okay, well then, let me start from the beginning.
Oh God.
All over again. Everything everybody
Instead of
else
thoughts
said.
and prayers, it's thoughts and hatred that I'm projecting.
Thoughts and hatred. No, it's more awkwardness, anxiety, and sips of Tim Hortons iced tea ice caps.
I'm going to go ahead and assume Chris is not answering this question and move us on.
Thank you.
I'm going to have to
Finally,
go.
you see through the veil of my bravado.
I'm going to have to give Laura the point. As she actually didn't just rip off what the movie did, and answered it. So
yeah.
it's 2 for Laura, 2 for Chris, 1 for Luciano. Barry.
How did I end up
Very
at 2 and tying?
We have no idea.
And dropping.
What is next? Oh, hey. Miguel O'Hara. Not just Miguel O'Hara. Let's add all the main characters. Miguel O'Hara, Miles Morales, Gwen Stacy. We'll throw in George Stacy.
What's the name of the British one?
Bugsy.
Hobie Brown.
Why would you?
Bugsy? Where do you get Bugsy from?
Who this man?
Bugsy Brown. What should these people need therapy the most?
Oh my god.
I would say, okay, may I go first?
You may.
Thank you. I would say it's Miguel. Like, it sounds like he's tried at least twice to, have a wonderful life in a dimension not his own, and then watched it all come tumbling down. One of them, including the extinction of his own, of his daughter, of his like non-daughter but like sort of daughter. Oh my God! What must that do to a person who survives that?
Well, I mean, we kind of see what it does. It makes him a rage machine.
Yeah.
Like a massive dick is what it makes him.
I get it, and I feel for him. Wow.
Okay.
That's my vote, Miguel.
Laura.
Yeah, I think like Miguel just needs so much therapy. Like so much therapy. So I agree with Chris, obviously, but I also think I'm gonna circle around and come back to what I believe her name is Jessica. Is it Jessica?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jessica
There's
Drew.
just something about her that I'm just like, you are a
Mhm.
pregnant lady. Why don't you have empathy for this child girl who is your mentee? And like, you're not questioning the crazy guy who stands there watching videos of him and his daughter directing everybody. And yeah, and and just being mean to people. She's not very positive, this Jessica lady. You know, she comes in and you're like, oh, she's snarky and that's cool. She's pregnant. At first I was like, oh, sick, like diversity in bodies in this film. That's awesome. And then, you know, just.
And then she was like, it's almost like she was the perfect number 2 or number 1 to Miguel's cap in charge kind of thing. Like,
yeah.
You didn't appreciate
One more.
Miguel's Latin Irish diversity.
You know what?
No, I meant to his evilness.
I have to say I didn't. I
or
did,
misguidedness.
Appreciate his Latin Irish diversity as a Italian Irish
I'm Italian
person. Anyways,
Okay.
can we move on? Is this where the host steps in and tells me to stop talking, or should I? What's the
We
next?
don't
step
do that here.
I would never do that. I would never do that
Just
to you,
let it
sweetie.
roll.
Did you
You
just
just let it
fucking
roll
call
until
me
the-
sweetie?
until the wheels fall
I'm sorry,
off.
excuse me, gentleman.
He did. He did. Yeah, he did.
This is so hot.
Yeah.
This is wait. Maybe I misinterpreted. This sounds like a patronizing patriarchy tone.
Hard to say.
Do I get 3 points for the patriarchy of my own
Luciano.
husband? Or no? No. Okay.
For
No.
it,
I
I
mean,
thought
it's-
against
You know what I
it.
mean.
but okay.
It's the husband giving the points. I don't know what's gonna happen.
We'll see. Only time will tell.
So
No
I'm going
patriarchy here.
to I'm going to sort of take a little bit of a tangent here and say that I don't give a shit who you think the main characters are. I'm going to say the person who needs the most therapy here is Spider-Bite, because the small glimpse that we got from her actual life, she was vegetating on a computer, hearing her parents argue with each other so much that she would rather live in an online world rather than deal with her own life.
Oh, that is
And
sad.
that's escapism. And so, yeah, I think like Miguel needs, I think honestly Miguel is beyond therapy, but he does need therapy. But I think Spider-Bite
Do you
needs more.
think?
Like,
Am I allowed to ask questions or no? That's. You know what,
Yeah,
Matt?
sure. Who gives
Yeah,
a shit
fuck
what
you.
Matt wants?
Do you think that there's like a therapy, like a therapist for superheroes? You know, like how there's like physiotherapists and like sports therapists. Do you think
Yes.
there's got to be some who like have that niche
Mhm.
for superheroes, right? Because they
Yeah.
need it. They all do.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, there is.
Oh yeah,
Don't
there's
say
two of
Harley
them.
Quinn.
They're all fucked in the head.
No.
That's
one
different,
is
Shannon.
this.
She was bad at her
Yeah.
job.
Yeah.
Yes, she was.
I would not give her any stars on Yelp. One is in the movie when they were doing the chase scene. That's one. That's an easy one. Number 2, an actual one, is from the Hulk neighborhood, and his name is Doc Samson. And
Oh,
he's
that's right. Yeah.
yeah,
He is good at his job, actually.
yeah.
Yeah, there's two.
Okay.
There's
Two for
I
the
think
thousands of
Beast does a
superheroes.
little bit of that, right?
Beast, Henry McCoy,
Harry
might
McCoy,
do.
yeah.
Might do.
Yeah, I agree with you, Laura. It's sorely needed because they're
Well, it
all
all comes
fucked up
from
in the head.
trauma.
All of
Every
them.
single backstory is traumatic.
Yeah.
So, anyways, all right.
Yeah,
Let's move on.
That's part of the canon, and we can't change
Moving on.
that. Everybody
It
gets a
would be
point
fun.
because everybody in that movie needs therapy. There was no wrong answer.
Yeah.
Fair. I was gonna say, can you imagine a hero whose power comes from like his superpowers come from the power of good parenting? That's nobody wants to watch.
Nobody
that.
thinks they're a good parent is the problem.
What would those powers be?
Yeah.
His powers come from good parenting.
Yeah.
No, I asked the questions here.
Yeah, but goddamn,
Speaking of
how
parents,
does that even compute?
who would win in a fight, Captain Stacy or Captain Morales?
Oh.
Hmm.
Oh, that is a tough one.
My racist answer is
I won.
Oh,
is
no.
Not a great way to
is
start.
Captain Stacy would shoot Captain Morales on sight.
Oh no.
So,
Oh no.
but are you talking like physically, morally, ethically, romantically?
I didn't give
romantic fights.
You can pick
Sexually.
pick where you want to go with the answer. There's no like I didn't say it has to be murder or like a fist fight. Whatever kind of fight could be a domestic dispute, whatever.
It also doesn't have to be racist.
Yeah, I'd like that to
No,
not
I mean,
be
we
my
prefer
official
not to,
answer,
but-
if that's okay. I'm just going to mute myself and I'm going to think on this.
Mm-hmm.
You gentlemen take the lead. Goodbye.
Luciano, why don't you make this less racist?
I mean, I'll try.
Okay.
I think
It can't be that hard.
you'd be surprised. I think that it would be Captain Morales, just because he just became captain, so he was
Right.
closer to the streets, so he had more physical activity. I think he's younger too. He seems younger, and he was like before becoming a cop, he was like he had a hard life.
Yep.
And he had to defend himself. So I think if it came to blows, like he is just a better fighter overall. And also I think Captain Stacy would be scared of the black man, so he would whimper and not. Yeah. Oh, did I not make it less racist? Damn it.
I just want to clarify that I did not like he came up with that on his own.
Just taking a cue from Laura.
I'm very disappointed that somehow the not white people or the white people on this episode were racist, and now we have to turn to
No, Captain Stacy was
Yeah.
racist. Not us.
Chris. I'm sorry. Chris gets 2 bonus points for trauma
Yeah.
induced by his co-host.
I'll allow it.
I think that's
You can
fair.
take one of my points and give it to him. It makes sense.
It's a me, racism.
Oh, there you
Anyways.
go. I withdraw my offer.
As an
There
Italian,
you go.
I do not like that.
That was my Super Mario impression. I
Yeah.
apologize.
Chris, I'm sorry.
That was racist Super Mario. Anyways,
Is there
I'm
a
kind
non-racist
of-
Super Mario?
probably,
My Uncle
I don't
Giuseppe.
think so.
probably.
Oh no! Oh no!
I think your answers are good, but I'm actually more worried and troubled by Captain Stacy. It looks like the missus, like his wife and Gwen's mom, are gone. Did she die?
I was
going to
ask that too, actually.
I don't believe they
They
specify.
I feel like
I don't think they clarify.
she's not there. It doesn't feel like she's there at all. It's just
Yeah,
the father and Gwen.
if I had
So,
to guess, she left.
yeah.
Right. That's what
And
I think.
would not
And so-
blame her in the least.
So that I feel like that's pent up grief over the dissolution of like the marriage and the breaking apart of the family. So that's anger sitting inside, cocked in fist 1 and 2. And so if it came to blows, I would think it would get a lot darker and no guns allowed. I think it would be very difficult to hold Stacy back. Like there's something dark going on in there.
So,
like,
wait,
and that's
wait.
why exactly
I have-
like he fulfilled the prophecy that Gwen feared the most. It's because he's also got some dark shit going on that needs to be sorted out.
So what
So
you're saying
something,
worried
is if
about that.
they,
something angry Irish cop.
Yeah,
I didn't say angry Irish.
He didn't.
but you did not.
It's an angry
didn't-
cop.
You didn't not say it.
No, my answer stands. That was my answer.
So
you don't
wait,
get
I
to put
have
yourself in my answer.
I have a question. So what you're saying is, if they came to blows, what would happen is Captain Stacy would pummel Captain Morales, saying, "How dare you have a happy family? You don't
Yeah.
deserve
Yeah.
a happy." Oh,
Actually, that's what I was thinking. He would.
Okay.
That's exactly. He'd be. It would set him further. It would.
I see.
No, I agree
Ugh.
because I think that Captain
Ew.
Morales has like a moral compass, like between him and his wife, and he's like more emotionally stable. So like Captain Stacy would be like, "Let's fucking go, bro," and Captain Morales would be like, "Okay, but like we don't
Nothing
have
left to
to
lose,
go,
yeah.
bro. We can just like we're both cops. Let's chill."
Hug it out.
Yeah.
And then Captain Stacy would shoot him. Okay, that makes sense.
Oh, man. I have nothing left to crawling in my skin.
I'm gonna give Chris the point because Laura agreed with him. So that means
Yeah,
2 points.
do it.
Thank you.
Coming down to the wire here, Chris is taking a commanding lead, 6 points. Laura has
How?
3.
What?
Luciano has 2.
¿Qué?
But
¿Por
What
qué?
if I show you a boob?
I say we have. I mean, I already get to see them anyway, so I'm
Wow,
not gonna. Yeah.
you calling me old and busted?
What's happening?
Hmm? No. What?
What's happening?
Wow, I
What
would
if
never
I
say
showed
that.
you a little boob? Would that
No, mine is 50
Just
DKP. But to make this spicy, the next 2 questions are going to be worth 3 points each. So,
Oh my.
happen?
if you can stop Chris from getting one of these 2 questions, you could win.
Okay.
Mostly Luciano needs to try the hardest.
Just don't use stop channeling the powers of racism.
Yeah,
Luciano.
Luciano.
Hierarchy.
I'm not.
What? No.
Which spider people thing, trusts cops the least?
Hobie.
Oh, he doesn't know who Hobie is, though.
Hubie, Hubris.
Bugsy Brown.
Spider-Punk. Bugsy Brown, that's terrible. But yeah, my answer is Spider-Punk. This is
My answer is the horse. Because the horse.
Can you show your work?
Ooh,
You want me to show my
intriguing.
work? Or my boob?
Yeah,
Up to the-
I
up to
need
the
you to
host.
give evidence as to why. 'Cause sorry, I have to pick the reason why your answer is accurate.
No, I said, or the. No, okay, I tried to make a joke. Okay, so my choice is the horse because the horse is around like cops all the time, right? Like cop horses, horse cops. So
Mm-hmm.
we're talking about the Spider-Man horse, right? And so he like goes into the stables and he's like, "Yo, what's up? What's up? What's going on? Like, tell me what the deal is with all these cops and like why they're not stopping villains." And Spider-Man is, and yeah, so he hears all the bad things that cops say when they think they're just around their horses. That answer could not have gone worse, I think. If I had actually planned it. It started out so well and I felt so strongly, and then it got
It did.
worse.
I was like, oh, she's onto something, and that went in the weird direction.
Would you say you would give yourself points for that answer?
I'd give myself a half a point for that answer, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I appreciate the honesty. So what's going to happen here is Luciano and Chris are going to split the 3 points because both answered the same.
I was gonna
And,
give another answer, but I'll take it.
What are you
I was
talking
gonna
about?
give another answer
Well, you said Hubie. You said, yeah, definitely. I don't know what...
because that's the boring answer.
It's Hobie, Jesus Christ.
I've given up.
I don't think he gets those points anymore. So
What?
Yeah.
No, it's fine. Luciano gets 1.5. Chris gets 1.5. And Laura gets 0.5.
Yeah. Oh, if we can dictate our own points.
I want 1 million points.
Yeah.
it's such a bullshit. It's just a bullshit tactic. When we had Halloween because we wanted to take our kid out, we put the bucket of candy there, at, like trusting the new neighborhood, and wrote, "Take as much as you think you deserve." We didn't even leave the house You put it there in the sign. I opened the door to take my daughter out. The bucket was fucking empty.
Chris, buddy, welcome back to Toronto.
Welcome indeed. I deserve it all, bitch. And that's what happened.
In the Toronto alternate universe, his bucket would still be full.
Yeah.
You know.
No, they would have stolen the bucket and left the candy.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that bucket. Anyways.
Are y'all ready for the last question?
Sure.
Oh, we ready?
Anybody can win, probably.
Anybody? Even me?
Is that
Only-
how math works?
Only you, but don't tell the other two.
Oh no.
I mean, Chris can still get like minus 10.
You could, yeah. So that's but he just has to say
What
nothing
kind of-
from here on out, and he can win. I want to know how many Spider People things he died in chasing Miles Morales.
Oh, too many. Not enough? Yeah.
Damn. They chose violence in that
Bunch
answer.
of,
Not
bunch
We
of
need to be
fucking
specific.
adult bullies.
We need to be specific here. Luciano, do you
Numbers?
want to answer first? We're gonna go in the score order. So Luciano, you have the lowest score. So
Sure. So
Your answer.
Are you looking for actual numbers or can I bullshit?
I'm
this?
looking for an actual answer. There are no rules to this game, as you know. I ask a question, you interpret it how you will.
Okay, so I'm gonna stick with my answer of not enough because they're all fucking adult bullies trying to get to a kid who just wanted to be part of the group. So however many died, I hope the fucking T-Rex died. I hope the fucking horse died. I hope the fucking car died. I hope they have to restart the fucking Spider Society. Now, how many do I think actually did die? Given that scene, I'm pretty sure the T-Rex actually did that because it plummeted really far down. And I don't know if the webs can hold him up. Like, this is a fucking... Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
How do you shoot web with, like, the tiny Tyrannosaur arms?
Okay.
Pretty sure the car can't shoot webs either. Or, I don't know, does it have, like, a steel cable in front of it?
No, he
what
just shoots him. He shoots him out of his exhaust pipe.
Okay. I think 347 and a half spider things died.
347
47 and a half.
and a half. Okay.
Yeah.
That would leave next to be Laura.
42.
Ooh, always a solid answer.
Nice. Got him. Okay. Chris.
I don't think any of them died. Their spider abilities and spider sense and web shooting ability and agility, I don't think any of them died. Like, they're hard to kill. They're really hard to kill. Zero.
Or do you think that they all, you know, like how Miguel O'Hara, what's his name? O'Hara.
O'Hara. Ohana.
I think she just killed her own chances of securing a
No,
point.
O'Hara.
Listen. You know how Miguel O'Hara, he was able to like switch him out for like his own self so he could live in that world. Maybe that's what all the ones who died during the chase did. They all just like switched themselves out, messing up all sorts of canon events. I'm just asking questions.
They
If that happened,
they switched themselves out.
Yeah, that's what Miguel
if
O'Hara
that
did.
happened, that sounds
So
like
they died, and then when they died, they replaced themselves.
Yes,
Is what you're saying?
yes, that.
Oh, okay.
if that
No
happened,
further questions, Your Honor.
that would have been the cataclysm event.
Yeah, who says it wasn't?
That would
There's a
have been,
part 2 to the movie.
oh my god,
Is there not?
3
Oh,
part
this is
3.
part 2.
Oh, you're telling me a part 3. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore.
Okay.
None of us do, so that's fine.
J.
It was awesome. This
Jonah
is awesome.
Larson.
J Joe, yeah.
Um,
JJL.
Okay. Those were all interesting answers. See here. I'm going to award 0 points to Chris because he's a coward. I'm going to award.
Nah, bro. I'm gonna do my own thing every time.
I'm going
He's
to
gonna heave his own
award.
Slurp,
points.
slurp.
I'm going to award 3 points for the question. I'm going to split it up to 2 points for Laura and 1 point for Luciano because I live with Laura.
I have to sleep next to her, and I don't want to wake up murdered.
It's not safe
Because
sometimes. In
then
there.
you're gonna have to switch yourself in the reality, and that's
Yeah,
gonna be a whole
and I will
mess.
know.
Yeah.
Matthew Conker, I will know.
Wow, you just
Ooh, full name.
said my whole name
Full
on
name.
the. I have to bleep that out. Don't want my governmental on the
Oh
podcast.
wow, Chris.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Ugh.
Now you know how we
Oh.
feel. It's half your answers.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Wow.
Yeah, I fell asleep throughout his answer.
Y'all still talking? Tally up these points, damn it! Who win?
Minus
Who
1
won-
point
who won the
for
brand
your
new car?
insolence and your sass.
Who won the Sea-Doo?
Final point total. Lynn last place with a whopping 4.5 points over
QB.
13 questions. Luciano.
Yes!
Whoop, whoop.
Among all the losers, I'm the first.
Yeah, you are.
In second place, amassing 5.5 points. Laura, which means our grand winner is Chris with 6.5 whole points.
I won something.
Tell him what
When
he's
it
won,
matters.
Luciano.
You win the right to an eternal supply of ketamine juice to be consumed while recording this podcast.
I got lucky.
Are you gonna bring it to my house?
No, bitch. What? You think I'm made of money?
What the fuck?
Luciano, I think in this case you're his bitch.
No.
Yeah.
I would be his bitch if I brought it. In this
Well, you're
case,
the
I
loser.
was
You have to bring
asking
the winner
nicely if you
something.
would bring it to me.
yeah, but you met me. I'm not nice.
Yeah.
Both of you.
I have not won anything tonight.
No,
I won a loss.
the thing you won was Luciano's. What was it? What did you call it, Luciano?
Lack of contempt. No. Yeah.
Lack of contempt.
I
It
don't
was
know
the
if he
lack
won
of
a
contempt.
lack.
He
but,
didn't win that. No, he did not.
I didn't win anything.
Well, congratulations,
I won a
Chris.
loss.
You have won the exact same amount of contempt I had before. There.
You've won.
Oh.
I'll take it.
That's all I got. You won. You can print a certificate
Process.
and post it in your
Among
house
the
if you'd like
losers,
to.
you're the last.
Putting this on my LinkedIn. Go
Put
on.
it on your LinkedIn. That's a great idea. Before we leave, we still are going to rank this movie. Our patented ranking system is ours and ours alone. No one else has ever used it in the history of time and space. It is the S tier ranking system, which you clearly don't know about because we created it. The best movies are S.
We recreate it every time.
Every time we recreate it. The best movies are S, A, B, C, D, E, F, all the way down. F is the worst. We don't go below F, even if it's a Morbius. We do not drop below the F level. Luciano, can you give us your review of Across the Multiverse? Spider-Verse?
Spider-Verse. Come
Marvelverse?
on.
Universe?
The movie where Hobie is a character, yes.
Hobieverse?
Sure. So I really enjoyed this movie. The art, the animation, the visual language of this movie was amazing. I think even better than the first one, which is saying a lot because it was amazing. Really good comedy, really fun scenes. I nearly lost my shit when that helicopter almost fell on everybody and the guy went, "Oh, I think it's a Banksy." Fucking lost my shit on that joke. And I like the story. I like the characters that they introduced, except for Miguel. He could go fuck himself as a dick. But so this would have been an easy A for me, except for one thing, which is the shitty ending, like the cliffhanger thing. And I don't like that this movie can't stand on its own. Like, I'm all for setting up a sequel, that's fine, but like the movie doesn't end. It has no, it's like Dune. It's like half a movie. And I don't like what it's setting up, the whole Prowler Miles thing that they set up and all of that. I like putting the team back together. I'm missing Spider Pig, but I like putting the team back together. But because of that, really, like, there is a little plot hole here and there. Nothing that is too bad, but the ending for me makes it into a B. So that would be my ranking.
All right. That's harsh but fair, I guess. Brave but controversial, perhaps. Chris,
I don't think
what do
it's
you
that
got?
controversial.
We'll see.
So I knew the movie existed, right? And I did my best to avoid as many trailers as possible.
Same.
And just wanted to go in as blank as I did the first time. And I feel like I was richly rewarded. It hit me in the feels. There were tons of, oh wow, it's this, it's that, it's this. But at the same time, I mean, the first thing that hit me was the music and the sound and the instrumentals, and I was just like, wow, like, and then leading off with Gwen, like, just like it was like Whiplash, like a slice of the Whiplash movie her in
Yeah.
her
Nice.
dimension, right? And I was like, fucking, this is really good. Oh, and then like I almost thought that she was going to be I didn't know for sure if the lead of this movie was going to be Miles or Gwen based on that intro, and I was loving it. And it just kept going and kept going, and everything was rich, like everything. So for me, like, it was a really, really, really wonderful outcome, and I was sad that it ended, but I understood. I didn't know that it was going to go into. I long forgot that it was going to make a third movie, right? But anyways, I really, really enjoyed myself, and thanks to the powers of our sponsor for this episode, Special K Juice, I'm giving this an S. This is an S movie for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
We continue the ever lasting archaeological investigation of Chris's rating system.
Don't worry about it, because when you think about it and you juxtapose the system and spectrum that I use of the arachno-humanoid polymultiverse, it all makes sense.
I think it's just drugs mostly, but okay.
I think you yield your time.
Laura, why don't you go after whatever this has been?
First of all, this has been nothing but a pleasure to be a part of. I give it an absolute solid A, if not like an A trending towards an S. Once I finally figured out that I wasn't supposed to look at anything else but the characters that they wanted me to look at, and stopped kind of getting a headache in that way. That was great. I also I think what really makes it an A is also that, so scenes that you guys are talking about and like little details that I just did not notice. I'm like, oh, I'd rewatch it to see that kind of thing. Like, there's nothing, I mean, what would stop me is the 2.5 hour timeline.
Yeah.
But so like that was the only downside, was I was kind of like, this is really, running long, but I had no idea that there was a third coming. So when there was a cliffhanger, I was like, oh, okay, like I'm still in this. Like I really want to know what's going to happen. And so I really enjoyed all the details. Like I said, the animation, I agree with Chris, like the score was unbelievable. And yeah, A.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
A.
Hey. Okay. Great.
A.
I will also give this movie a score as well.
Boo, this
Thanks for coming. Kidding.
I'm sorry. So no, I really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was really good. I think it's better than the first one as well. They do a lot. It's like they did good things in the first movie to set it up, and they hit their stride with really embracing the artwork, how they designed it, how they made everything feel like it mattered, even when they were trying to direct you towards the center, and with the way they blurred it, they were still doing things on the sides to sort of make you feel things in the movie that you just can't reproduce in live action. So they're really taking advantage of the medium. I will mention here, because we haven't covered it, that I really wish they could have done this without, completely abusing the animation stuff. But here we are. We can't actually have nice things. We can only dream of them. But beyond that, I would categorize it as an A. And really the only reason for me it's not into the S tier is really that cliffhanger. I understand why they want to do it, but it makes it really hard for me to come back and watch the movie singularly, because it's like you have such expectations for the third movie now, and you can't just watch it as a one-off and be like, oh, that was a fun movie. Okay. It's really going to drive you towards watching the third movie, assuming the third movie is good. If it turns out to be shit, then maybe I'll move this to an S and never think about the third movie ever again. But until that time happens, since they've done two really good ones, I'll assume it's going to be great. So it's an A for me. Really fun movie.
I was thinking of the same. If the third movie sucks, I actually will move this to a C, not to an S.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah. Is
See,
it?
controversial yet brave.
Damn.
Yeah. Well, no, it's fine.
Well, Laura, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Bye, boys.
You were definitely
No, I
our
don't-
first
I don't know.
choice. You're not done yet. Well, I mean,
Oh.
next week we are moving on to our another special December episode, but this one's extra special. Next week we are continuing our weird December run by watching a foreign language film, and it sounds
Ooh.
artsy. It's not. We're watching Shin Godzilla. I mean, maybe it's an artsy film. I've never seen it.
I mean, a Godzilla movie that's artsy. It sounds like the opposite of artsy, but okay. So we're busting out the subtitles then.
One can so many subtitles, I'm sure. If you have your English to or Japanese to English translation book, you might need it for this one. Shin Godzilla, watch it.
Or don't get it spoiled and fuck you.
Yeah,
Like, it's up
fuck
to you.
whatever.
really.
That's your poor
Yeah,
choice.
fuck you.
Well, we don't say fuck you directly to our
Yeah, we
guests.
do.
Just
I
fuck
do
your,
at least.
Luciano just did.
fuck your choices is the way we like to put it.
Laura,
Luciano.
you're new here, so this is something that you know. You never do what I do. It's just a bad idea overall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Fuck you, Luciano.
There you go. Now you're gonna.
Now you're fitting right in.
Laura, I was going to ask you if you had last words, but I think we need to leave it on fuck you, Luciano.
As
Yeah.
this tradition, I guess.
Couldn't have said it better myself.